as you can see, they actually already updated, EA already updated the screens. They had Leon Edwards as the new welterweight champion of the world. I actually have not spoken about this because I've been uploading different types of content, like whether it's wrestling or I just got back to uploading UFC. So if you guys are interested in UFC videos, man, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Let's get into it, man. So we're using Leon Rocky Edwards, and I'm going to use this footage. Maybe I'm going to talk about the footage a little bit, but I'm also going to talk about the match. I'm also going to talk about the Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. I was able to get one fight in with Leon Edwards, and I'm not gonna lie, his nickname Rocky definitely comes into, you know what I'm saying? It definitely makes sense here in this fight because I had not a perfect performance, but a really, really solid performance where I was doing some real good work, really establishing my range, getting my kicks off. And I started getting pieced towards the end, like rocked and all types of stuff, like sloppy. So, but I think that kind of comes with Leon Edwards. In a good, not a good amount of his fights, but a really popular one with Nate Diaz. So me as using Leon Edwards, I'm actually giving my opponent his space, but I'm also not putting my back against the cage. If that makes sense. So if he crosses that black line, and I feel like I'm a little too close to the cage, and my opponent's in that black line, I like to push him back. I like to establish my offense, whether it's with long range kicks. Usually a lot of straight attacks, long range things, and I try to limit. See, right there, I was low-key going crazy, and I remember shooting a ton of them right there because I almost caught him with that spinning head kick. It actually it almost got him. But my game plan here was that, as you guys see me right there, fading those low those body kicks. My game plan here is really to attack that body, really work that body. He actually has some really good leg work here, as you would expect from Tyron Woodley, but my goal here is to attack that body and get the head damage later on with the head kicks. That's all I really wanted. I wanted to damage his body, wanted to snipe his body, and I wanted to, get the head kicks later on in the fight. So that's my game plan. You guys can watch it and see how I did. But I think I did fairly well in, implementing my game plan and, doing what I wanted to do. Now, let's get into the actual fight. So, Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Let's talk about it real quick. I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about it, being that EA actually, in UFC 4, they actually put Leon Edwards as a champ faster than they normally do. They normally don't do stuff that fast. But, so Leon Edwards, right? He fights Kamaru Usman. Everyone thought Usman was going to win. Or not everyone, but a lot of people thought Usman was going to win. So get the body rock right there, shoots off a good overhand. Everyone thought this one was going to win, thought it was going to lap the division, but I feel like most people knew Leon had a chance. Like, I'd be the first one to tell you, I thought that Usman was going to win, but I knew Leon had the skills. I thought it was a cardio thing. That's really it. I thought Usman would push the cardio and work Leon, because I didn't think Leon had the best chin. But first round comes around, Leon Edwards does a beautiful, beautiful job of securing a takedown on Kamaru Usman in the clinch, took him off guard, actually got top mount, and then was able to transition into getting Usman's back. He got Usman's back, and he actually could have, I think he could have submitted him, I don't know, but I know Usman's, as you guys see me right there in the fight, I actually was being dumb, and I backed up with my block down like a dum-dum. So like I said, this is where Rocky really comes into it, because I did take some damage. Anyways, though, where was I? Usman actually got taken down by Leon Edwards, and then Leon got the back sitting. Or he got back sitting. He actually took control of Kamaru Usman's back, which also hasn't been done before in the octagon, I believe. Actually, no, it has been done. I believe he got submitted with the rear naked choke. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm a casual, right? But Usman literally he's in a dangerous situation. Leon's attacking that choke. He's attacking that rear naked choke, trying to give Usman his second loss via rear naked choke, and which would only be a second loss in the UFC, right? He puts Usman, he tries to put him in the rear naked choke. Usman fights off, but actually Usman grabs the glove. Usman uses the glove uses Leon's glove, digs his fingers into his glove and avoids getting choked out that way. The commentators didn't really focus on that too much. They didn't point that out as much, but if looking back, you guys can see that Usman did in fact grab Leon's glove. As you guys see me checking the stats there in game, that's because I'm trying to see how accurate I'm being. So what a lot of people didn't realize as the fight was going on, speaking of that, with Leon Edwards and Usman, is that Leon Edwards landed almost every shot he threw. So when you use Leon, you don't want to throw too many shots, but the shots that you do want to throw, you want it to land. You want it to be accurate when you're trying to use them realistically. You know what I'm saying? You want it to land and do some damage. But because Leon's a sniper, he's not a volume guy. But anyways, so that happens. Leon clearly wins the first round. Usman gets taken down for the first time officially. I think he got taken down by Colby Covington, but that's neither here nor there. He gets taken down by Leon Edwards, gets controlled for, I believe, the rest of the round. Round 2 comes in, and I think the story for that just kind of becomes pressure, clinch, takedown, elbows in the clinch, and I'm referring to all of this, as I get dropped there, I'm referring to all of this talking about Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman does a beautiful job from rounds 2, rounds 3, and rounds 4 to, get the pressure on Leon, back Leon up, put Leon against the cage, get some good clinch work with the elbows off the break, and majority just go for takedowns. It seemed like the takedowns were getting easier and easier for Kamaru Usman, and they were talking about elevation. They were saying elevation was the reason, that Leon may have been slowing down. Leon obviously was slowing down, but I think they were overhyping it. I think as a fight, a 5-round fight's going on, of course you're going to get tired. And yes, it is an elevation, so of course you're going to get tired. But was he gassed? No, by no means was Leon gassed. He was still super fast, still super effective, and that'll play into until a little bit later. So Usman's doing his thing. Working Leon. Leon having some good moments, like he's able to get up. That's what I will say. Is people acted like Leon was kind of just sitting there and no. Leon was fighting the position every time. He didn't let Kamaru Usman just get mount or get a dominant position. And he was really using Usman's biggest weakness, his jiu-jitsu. He was using Usman's biggest weakness, his jiu-jitsu, to get up from the cage. To get up off his back. Also, yes, Leon cheated too. Leon grabbed the cage, but so did Kamaru Usman. I believe Leon grabbed the glove as well. This stuff happens, though. You know what I'm saying? So, Kamaru Usman is not known for submissions. He doesn't go for submissions, really. He doesn't, if you give up your back, he's not going to chase the choke or sink his hooks in when he very well can. Or has the opportunity to, I'd say. Has the opportunity to. So Leon, knowing this, gives up his back to Kamaru Usman every single time and uses this to get up because he knows he's not in danger of getting choked. So this is what Leon Edwards does. And it works, and he's not accepting the position. He's not just giving up and staying on the bottom, right? That's the big thing. He did not just give up and let Usman, 30% Usman come into play and keep him against the cage and knee him or stomp on his feet or just take him down and hold him there like Masvidal did the first fight, right? No, Leon Edwards didn't let that happen. He fought the position. He fought every single position, tooth and nail, as best as he could, while being the inferior wrestler, right? The narrative of the fight was that Usman. While Leon Edwards, look at that guy. Look at that. I ain't gonna lie. 34 out of 60 strikes. That's beautiful. We threw 60 strikes and landed 34 of them. That's beautiful. Anyways, while Leon Edwards' wrestling has improved dramatically, right? Usman's wrestling was just that much better than Leon's, to where Leon was always on the defense except for that first round. And you know what I mean? But obviously, Leon isn't any slouch on the ground, so he's actually able to get up, I'd say, more successfully than really anyone against Kamaru Usman. So Usman keeps fighting out. Usman and Leon keep fighting. Leon's landing some good leg kicks in there. Whenever he does throw, he was landing pretty often on Usman, actually. He just wasn't a high volume of much, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't seem like much. And I'd say Usman was clearly winning the rounds. I would say that much. Usman was clearly winning the rounds as time went on. But then, at the very end, right, 5th round, they're saying it, okay, as soon as they start saying, okay, Leon needs a finish, he needs a finish, it's getting dangerously close to a decision, and obviously, rightfully so, Leon would have lost the decision. Regardless of his accuracy, he just wasn't doing enough, right? So, Leon throws I believe he throws the jab out there, right, feints the left straight, and then throws a beautiful, left high kick, I believe it was, while Usman tried to parry off and slip to the side, and he cracks Usman with the head kick. Now, Usman goes down, completely flatlined, just cold, out. I believe his eyes were wide open, on the ground, laid out, never been seen before. Usman was completely KO'd. No one expected it. And if you actually go back to the beginning of the fight, Leon Edwards was pointing to it. He was saying headshot. He was like pointing to his head or something along those lines. He was basically calling it. He called it, and then after the fight, he was even saying it. Like he pointed to his head and was calling it headshot, right? he was saying that, I'm going to knock this guy out. And he did. It was perfect. It was perfect setup because obviously you're trained your whole life as a fighter to once that 1 and that 2 is thrown, so once that 1's thrown, you're expecting the 2 after it most of the time. And you're expecting to just, because he feinted that, the 2 out there after throwing the jab, you're expecting to, drift off to the side and, slip a little, slip off to the side. Obviously, Usman, drilling that his whole life, slips off to the side and then boom, gets caught with a beautiful high kick, flatlines him, KOs him, and Leon Rocky Edwards is the new champion. Now, my opinion on it, I think it was an amazing performance from Leon Edwards. I think he was totally counted out during the fight and even before the fight from some people. And I think this could be a cool thing. This could be a cool, way to open up the welterweight division because I feel like Leon Edwards won't hold the title for a while. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. As we get to finish here on the fight against this guy. I actually didn't plan on even uploading this fight because I thought it was too sloppy, but I feel like, hey, it's Leon Edwards. He doesn't fight perfect fights either. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, man. If you guys haven't already, click that like button, bro. Let's shoot for 50 likes, man. So if you guys have made it this far, please click that like button. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. It's your boy T-Dog, and I'm out.